My best friend lesbian said she has feelings for me. Now we're both confused. Just to give some context, I have known this girl, let's call her Kay, since we were 14. I met Kay when we were paired up in a group project for this one class. I found out we had a lot in common and we became friends. Over time, I developed a huge crush on her. Sophomore year, I asked her to homecoming and she said yes. It was a good time, but after it didn't really lead to anything, I got the sense that she didn't like me the way I liked her. Junior year, Kay came out as lesbian. Honestly, I wasn't super surprised, but I was a little heartbroken. I decided to put all my feelings away and just be supportive. I was really enjoying my senior year. I started dating this girl the summer before school started. Thanks to Kay setting us up, things were going well until COVID hit. My GF broke up with me because she couldn't handle a relationship at the time. I was sad about that, but more upset that I was going to miss things like prom and senior trip. Kay knew I was upset and invited me over for a fake prom, which consisted of us getting dressed up for photos and immediately going inside to play old Wii games and watch movies. She even bought some of my favorite snacks. Still probably the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. First year of college sucked. Nothing noteworthy happened other than Kay and I going to the same school. Kay started to date this girl who I'm 99% sure hated me for no reason. They break up in the summer and now we can move on to the important part of my story. Kay and I decided to get a place near campus together for this school year. Her mom thought it was weird, but her dad, coolest guy ever by the way, thought it was a good idea. We've had lots of good times so far. My favorite thing about living together has been our late night talks. We talk about anything from school, sports, hot girls, bad hookups, etc. Last night during one of our talks, Kay randomly brings up that she might be bisexual. Not gonna lie, I felt a little jealous thinking that she hooked up with a random guy. But she tells me that she has feelings for me. I kind of laughed it off at first until she started crying. She said she started having feelings for me a month ago and was super confused about her sexuality. I apologized for laughing and said we'd talk tomorrow. I didn't want to make any bad decisions that could ruin our friendship. So right now she's at class and I'm just alone thinking, this is literally a dream come true, so why am I hesitating at all? I guess I don't want her to just immediately change her mind after and make things weird between us. I'm anxiously waiting for her to get back. I really do love her, though I never thought I'd have a chance at this kind of love. Any advice on what I should say to her when she gets back? I feel like I'm overthinking this, lol. TLDR, best friends for 6 years, she's a lesbian. Moved in together for school. She might be bisexual and has feelings for me. Need advice on what to do next. Update 1. First of all, thanks to the people who commented on my original post. So Kate got here later than usual so she could finish an assignment and have the whole night to talk. When she walked in, we both smiled at each other and didn't say anything. I thought the mood was going to be lighthearted, but as soon as we started talking we both got really emotional. I took the advice to just be completely honest about how I felt. I told her how I had a huge crush on her when we first met. She knew. I also told her how grateful I was just to have her in my life, and whatever happens I don't want to ruin that. Kay agreed and gave her side of the story. The long comment on my original post pretty much nailed what she was feeling. She felt like she was stuck with the label she put on herself when she was younger. After her last breakup, she started to question herself and her feelings towards me. She eventually sorted out her feelings last month but was afraid to tell me. We laid out some of the possible risks of being together, but realized we were probably being too hard on ourselves. So we're gonna give this relationship a try. We're gonna take it slow and communicate a lot about how we're feeling. We ended the night with a long hug and some more tears. Yesterday morning we talked some more about things like spring break plans and when we would tell parents and friends. Parents will come when the time is right, but our friends will probably just figure it out themselves, lol. Honestly, there was a super awkward vibe between us in the morning. I think both of us were scared of trying to make a move or trying something different. We both thought of some fun date ideas for this week to break the awkwardness. Things were a lot better last night. We cuddled for a while, which wasn't really something new, but it feels a lot better now. Overall, I'm just hoping I don't fuck this up. We have a week off from work and school starting today, so it should be a good time. Thanks again to the few people who commented on my first post. I think I needed to see someone say go for it. TLDR, we talked and decided to give this relationship a try. Things were weird at first, but we're already adjusting and starting to get more comfortable. Update 2. Hey, thought I'd give a quick update to the people who followed/asked to keep them updated. Probably my last post for a long time. Don't really want to keep posting my personal life on here. So Kay and I already had plans to visit our families for spring break before we entered our relationship, which sucked because we didn't want to be apart. We live like 10 minutes from each other, so yesterday we just drove back in one car, wild way to make it obvious. I said fuck it and convinced my parents to let Kay and her parents come over for dinner. Dinner was good and we all played a few games afterwards. We had to hold in our laughter when her dad made a comment about how nice it is that Kay and I have been friends for so long. I guess it's possible that he knows because that's definitely his style of humor. Now the biggest part of the update, we had our first kiss. Kay wanted to go on a late night drive just like we used to. I was dropping her off and she just leaned in and kissed me. It wasn't super long, but it was really nice. We have some plans for this week, but we're also broke AF, so. Like I said, I'm probably done posting these for now. I feel like first kiss is a good note to end on. Thanks for all the nice comments. If I do post again, hopefully it's a positive update. Update 3. Hey! I saw a few notifications about new followers on this profile and apparently my post was shared somewhere, so that's cool. Figured I could give a quick update about Kay and I. These last 2 months flew by. Relationship is going great. Not much has changed in our dynamic except we kiss and have sex now, LMAO. We just moved out of our apartment because the semester is over. Gonna miss that place. We were planning on telling people about us once the semester was over, but someone got drunk and posted a picture of us kissing on their Instagram story. Of course, Kay's parents saw it and told my parents because they are all friends. They were happy for us, so that's good. So yeah, that's about it. It's funny looking back at how nervous I was. New update. Hi new followers. Thanks for the support and nice messages from the attention my posts got on Best Of. I meant to update earlier, but life's been crazy. Here's all of the previous posts. Good news is Kay and I are still together a little over a year later. It still feels surreal that we're actually together. So I just wanted to share a couple stories from the past year and clarify some things I've seen in the comments. So overall things are going great. Last summer was basically our time to get used to being a couple. The transition from friends to dating was easy. It was only a little awkward the first time we were together around our families. Like most of you guys said, Kay's dad had a good feeling this would happen. He actually made a bet with Kay's brother 2 years ago that we would eventually date. We moved back in together when this school year started. We also both turned 21 this year. Kay's 21st birthday party delivered an all-time great moment, but don't ask about it. When my posts were put on Best Of, Kay and I spent one night going through all of the comments. We're happy that so many of you loved our story. And yes, I know why Kay's ex hated me. I just meant that I didn't do anything to her or try to take away from their relationship. So thanks for the support. Here's to 1 year and hopefully many more. My colleagues call me a pick-me girl and spread rumors about me which greatly affected my self-image. I 24F am flight attendant at a certain Middle Eastern company. I got visa to China because there we have the best flights, long flight, long layover, the best passengers. Every FA will know why. Anyhow, because it requires visa, many colleagues are lazy to get it, so only few of us are frequent on bidding for lanes to China. It happens that one of first officers is always bidding to China because, as I said, best flight. I happen to be very often with almost the same group of crew plus pilot plus first officer every month at least once. FO is a young handsome man and ladies have an eye on him. We were sitting once at the airport waiting for our plane to arrive. We were going to take plane from another crew who would be on layover until next group arrives, and I was playing games on my console. FO noticed and he sat next to me and started to ask me would I play beside this. And that's how our little friendship started. He would always sit near me and watch me play, and we started bringing our laptops to game in lobby of our hotel because it has good internet and we have 2 to 3 days layover in Beijing. Nothing much to do after you've been many times. Anyhow, as we started to talk about games, ladies started to interrogate me about nature of our relationship. Then last week, we were again in the lobby, internet was good, we played a certain 5-on-5 game you all know. We sat across each other in 4 people separate. 2 ladies from crew came and sat with us, one sat beside me, another sat next to him. They started to talk to us and we barely answered because we were focused. They were questioning him mostly. They'd ask me something too. Then after we both died in game, I asked them to please leave us alone and come after match is done, which will be in around 40-50 am, then they can talk. I indicated that I will leave and they can talk to FO. They got a bit shocked by my reaction, but they left. After the match was done, I said I'm going back to my room. He said he will go too. I told him girls will look for him. He said, and I quote, "Yeah, I better go ASAP." And we both left to our respective rooms. The next day, all the girls gave me cold shoulder. They were talking passive-aggressively to me. And when we were in the lobby kind of area after breaking our fast, someone brought sweets and fruits. I took a sour apple and some other sour fruits. I get pimples from sweets. FO told me that it's a weird choice for dessert, and that's when one of the ladies said in front of the whole crew in very sarcastic tone, "Yeah, that's because she's so special, so different. Not like us other girls," and another one rolled her eyes very aggressively and almost yelled, "Did he pick you already?" Very awkward. This shocked me so much that I don't even recall what happened afterwards. Anyway, they, women, don't talk to me now at all, and I also heard rumors that I am sleeping with the FO. Which is not true at all. One of male crew told me that they told him how I sent 2 girls away and told them to come back later, but before they returned, I took FO to my room. Not true. This all makes me not want to go to my flights. It makes me want to change route, even though this one is really the best for me. For days I feel like I have a rat in my stomach and I am watching short videos on pick-me girls and I feel like crying. At first I didn't let it get to me, but it got to me. I want to rip off my skin and crawl under my bed. I feel like throwing up all the time. Update. Okay guys, how to attach previous post via phone. It's on this profile if you want to know what happened. Update. Oh my god, you guys. This whole situation spiraled more than I could have even imagined. Small thing became an avalanche. So someone commented how these women could make up stuff about me stealing and other things that could get me in serious troubles. So I eventually decided to text FO to call me ASAP because he was operating a flight at the time and that there's an important matter we need to discuss. When he called me, I told him that XYZ people are spreading stories about us sleeping together during a layover. He said that he knows about it and that he dealt with it. I was confused. Asked what does he mean by that? He said that he wrote a letter to the management. In this letter, he addressed the fact that a certain crew member, me, was being verbally harassed by their position on that flight dash. He noted how he actually warned them politely and privately. I had no idea about that. And that captain actually gave him a permission to do it in his name. When the harassing continued, he also found out from 3 male crew members, including cabin manager, and 1 flight deck member, pilot in command, that each one of them was personally told by these women that FO slept with me during layover that week. Not only was he angry that they continued to do this to me, he was actually personally offended by the slander, especially that they accused us during the holy month of Ramadan. He wrote a letter and made all above mentioned crew members and pilots sign it. Captain put his stamp on it. And FO did too. He told me that slandering a woman, and man but mainly woman, without 4 male witnesses is actually a crime in the country where we're based, and he had all then present men signs. They couldn't make them testify against us, but for us. And our company's policy is that if there's a criminal lawsuit, not civil lawsuit, filed against any of the flight operating employees, their contracts will be terminated without further notice. So he wrote in the letter that he requests these crew members be banned from international layovers for 6 months and that they operate standby. You don't have a specific lane schedule. You must be ready 12 hours of each day to be called to any random flight, but for them, only domestic. You have 1 hour to appear at the airport. Also, you're paid much less. This is hell, by the way, for 6 months. He then continued to say that management has only 3 options: to do as he requested, to terminate them right away, or to do nothing and have him file in the lawsuit and their contracts will be terminated by default. And if he does file in a lawsuit, people who made up adultery story might get 6 months in jail. He copied the letter, had men sign each one of them. He sent 1 copy to each guy and to the management. He kept the original. He told me that management will call me after Eid and that I confirm everything they ask me and that he will send me a copy of the letter as well. I am beyond shocked. I am petrified. All I did was my job and play games in my paid free time. I never had any intentions to be part of someone's termination or lawsuit. And I had no idea how seriously he took this matter. Too seriously. I am literally beyond shocked right now and scared as well. I don't feel my legs and am shaking. I threw up after the call ended. I also asked him why the hell did he take such drastic measures. He said that I am unaware of what these stories can do to our reputation and if they reach wrong ears, even more than just reputation. And he said, and they made you cry, it's not drastic enough. Edit, I wrote some things wrong, Sray, I was shaken by everything. Sray ABT typos.